Production is a very weird thing. The sort of common thread, no matter what kind of producer you are, is you're there to have an opinion. So there are producers who are musicians, there are producers who are engineers, there are producers who are neither. But really, it's to be an extra set of ears and to basically be another member of the band for the duration of the record. It's the ability to listen, it's the ability to take something that someone says that's a creative idea that can be very woolly and have words attached to it that don't really mean anything, and to figure out how to make that happen, how to turn that into, here's what we're gonna do next. But the good thing is you start to say something and you see a bunch of people nodding. And so some of them, well, it's nothing new, but I think that for a lot of people, it's just reinforcement that I'm not the only one having this problem, which is huge. That's huge.
It's really fun being on something like this because there's so many different people that often just work alone in little rooms, suddenly coming out and sort of being together, and we're all kind of the same in a way, you know. I quite like working in groups of people as well. That's my favourite part of it. It's getting the best out of people. I think that's a cool skill in itself. Because, I mean, I think being a musician, especially in quite a small country, it's pretty isolating in a way. You kind of have to do everything yourself, and the budgets here aren't massive. So, yeah, I think this week's been good for that, like just finding other people who you feel the same as.
And I say, my girl, switchblade.
Believe it or not, I first heard of Andrew because he has EQ plugins named after him. The Andrew Scheps EQ, which is a Neve 1073 model. I use that like every day. And then digging into the discography and all the records he worked on, it's just mind-blowing, like the list of A-list talent through the decades that he's had the privilege of recording and made these great records with. I mean, he mixed 99 Problems for Jay-Z. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. And I just thought it was Rick Rubin and Jay-Z, but Andrew was there in the middle making that whole thing come together. So it's great to be able to sit in a room with him.
Sometimes you feel like there's a big distance between what you do and what someone who's, you know, had a long, successful career with famous people like Michael Jackson and Red Hot Chili Peppers and Adele, you know, how they would do things. But what you realize is that actually you're quite similar, so that's really affirming. He's amazing. It's just incredible to be in the same room as someone like that and to have a rapport and to be able to communicate with them and have this osmosis and also to relate. I met someone last year who I've had a great collaborative experience with since then, and you know, that's sort of continuing meeting people and sharing experiences and ending up collaborating on projects. It's actually one of the coolest things about the whole experience.